Hey guys, Barrett Raven here with Realty Austin in Austin, Texas. And today I am here to give you the market stats update for October 2016. And today we're really just going to do two things. First, I'm just going to give you like the quick and dirty real estate numbers for the city of Austin. And secondly, we're going to talk a little bit about new construction. So since we're going to be talking a little bit about new construction, I thought it would be cool to do this video from Mueller in Austin, the Mueller development. So I'm here like at the Mueller Starbucks over by the H-E-B, and you can probably hear all kinds of like drills and saws and crap behind me. This place is being built back here. There's a bunch of condos over here that I remember when those were built. And yeah, there's just like a lot of new stuff going on around here. Okay, let's get to it. So let me preface this by saying that it's obvious that in the last month, something huge has happened. And that was the presidential election. Donald Trump was elected to be the next president of the United States. And it feels kind of silly not to talk about that in this video, but I have an entire blog post dedicated to what a Trump presidency could mean for the real estate market in the US. So go check that out at barrettraven.com, see what I have to say about it there. But really, I just wanted to mention it here for posterity. That's all I'm going to talk about the election. That's all I'm going to talk about Donald Trump. Right there, I'm done. Okay, so let's go over some of the real estate numbers for Austin. So in October 2016, the median single-family home price in Austin was $332,250, which was up 7% from this time last year. And those homes that were sold spent an average of 42 days on the market, which is up 2 days from this time last year. Now, a lot of people, when they hear that, are super surprised that homes spent 42 days on the market in Austin. You know, a lot of buyers that I work with see properties in multiple offers like on the first day on the market. And a lot of sellers that I work with, I mean, we sell their home in 4 or 5 days sometimes. But one thing you need to keep in mind when thinking about days on market is that although Austin is a super hot market right now, this wind, we actually have a pretty big luxury market. So we have a lot of homes in Austin that sell for over $1 million. And those homes are almost always going to spend significantly longer on the market than lower priced homes. Because if you think about it, the higher you go in price with homes, the fewer people there are that can afford those homes. So you're marketing to a much smaller buyer pool. Another way to say it is there are a lot more people in Austin who can afford a $300,000 home than people who can afford a $3 million home. So when a $300,000 home hits the market, there are tons of people who want to snatch it up. But when that $3 million home hits the market, that's not the case. Now, as far as inventory of homes that are available in Austin, in October, we had 2.2 months of inventory, which is actually up 0.2 of a month from this time last year. According to the Texas A&M Real Estate Center, we need at least 6 months of inventory to have like a balanced buyer-seller's market. So even though we have a marginally greater amount of housing inventory available, it is still definitely a seller's market in the city of Austin. And it looks like it will be for a very long time. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about new construction. So if you ask anybody in real estate who knows what they're talking about, they will tell you that it is really hard to be a home buyer in Austin. Prices are higher than they've ever been. Historically, inventory is about as low as it's ever been. There just isn't much available. So it's a supply and demand thing. We either need less buyers or more sellers. And you know, Austin's really great. We've got a lot of jobs. It's a great place to be. Chances are we are not going to have less buyers anytime soon. People are going to be wanting to come to Austin for a long time. So what we need are more sellers. And it's not like there are a bunch of sellers who want to get out of Austin. So what we really need is an increase in new home construction. So I want to read you a quote real quick from someone named Valk O'Grady. He says, that's okay. Yeah, it's fine. An extraordinary number of homes are under construction, but nearly everything that's going on the ground is being sold. In the city of Austin, single-family housing growth is concentrated in a few subdivisions, such as the Mueller community. That's where I am. Austin homes command a premium, so you don't see a lot of lower-priced housing options within the city. Most new single-family homes being offered in the city of Austin are priced at $400,000 or higher. Housing development is at the center of solving Austin's growing affordability crisis, but it has to be the right kind of housing being developed. A variety of housing stock at all price points and where it is needed most. That last one was a quote from Aaron Farmer, the president of the Austin Board of Realtors. Farmer also says this can only happen once a new land development code is put in place. The Austin Board of Realtors urges our city's leaders to make reworking Austin's land development code their top priority. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. It is really annoying and difficult to build in Austin. We've got a lot of silly codes, a lot of silly restrictions, and it needs to be easier. So until that happens, it's going to continue to be a super tight squeeze for buyers. So yeah, as promised, gave you the quick and dirty numbers, talked a little bit about new construction. Until next time, guys, I hope to see you sooner rather than later. Signing off from Mueller. I hope you can hear this.